Ladies and gentlemen, a war is raging in the Republican Senate, and the stakes could not be higher. Just days after Trump's landslide victory, Mitch McConnell engineered an early leadership vote to undermine the America First agenda. But MAGA patriots are not having it. Rick Scott stands ready to lead while establishment picks Cornyn and Thune. Well, they're scrambling for support. The vote will be secret, but Steve Bannon warns we're going to get it leaked. So tonight, we expose the senators trying to hide their votes and reveal why this battle could make or break Donald Trump's second term. Now, patriots, our Senate's at a crossroads, just like our nation's monetary system. While rhinos push for business as usual, Rick Scott promises real change, much like the difference between paper money and real gold. And speaking of protecting your wealth from establishment games, if you have funds sitting in a low-interest bank account or 401k IRA retirement account, you need to call my friends at Global Gold Investments, America's leading conservative precious metals dealer, and receive absolutely free their new 2024 Protect Your Wealth and Retirement Guide. The number's on the screen, 888-700-4148. Make sure you mention Next News to receive their 5-star customer treatment, along with a complimentary portfolio analysis. Operators are standing by. That number again, 888-700-4148, or just visit IRAGoldproof.com, linked below. Remember, if you don't have gold, then you don't have wealth. Okay, we thank Global Gold for their support and, of course, your support. David Harris Jr. just tweeting this out moments ago. It is official. The Republicans have officially retained the House. That gives Republicans the White House, the Senate, House, and popular vote win. America has absolutely spoken. That's right. We have now reached 219 seats in the House. Kevin Calvert's race has now been called. Alaska is likely going to take some more time while we wait for ranked choice voting, but we are heavily favored to win that seat, putting us at least 220 minimum seats in the House. So this is really big news. Finally, we can take solace in the Republicans taking the House. But we do have to worry about what is going to happen in the Senate. Yes, we have control of the Senate, but who controls the Senate is what's really important. You see, Donald Trump may have a mandate from the American people, but the establishment, the deep state swamp monsters in D.C., the rhinos, well, they have other plans. Just like when Paul Ryan was in control of the House during the early 2016 administration of Donald Trump, if they place somebody in the Senate who is not going to bring up votes, who is not going to pull his weight with the America First agenda, then essentially Donald Trump has a very serious problem. That should concern every single one of us. Now, we're learning that this just comes in. Senators do not take kindly to having an army of social media trolls attack them. Social media trolls helped win this election for you and the country. We seem to have more internet battles and issues to fix, and I look forward to being a thorn in the side of all of you. That was from Graham Allen 12 hours ago. So senators don't take kindly to an army of social media trolls. Actually, that army, they are your constituents. So if you haven't picked up the phone yet to call your senator to tell them to vote for Tim Scott, what are you waiting for? We need to put all the pressure on. You're not an internet troll. You are a constituent. You are a member, a citizen of these United States, a member of the Republic. So when someone decides to call you an internet troll, putting pressure, no. That's not the case. It is our voice that matters here. Politico states here, Republican senators are getting pissed at the effort to promote Rick Scott. Yeah, senators don't take kindly to have an army of social media trolls attack them. That's what the rhinos think of you. You're just internet trolls. But of course, yes, like I said, they need to listen to the constituents. Vote for Senator Rick Scott for the Senate leader. Thune and Cornyn are rhinos and neocons. You are a traitor to the people if you vote for Cornyn or Thune. You do not represent the American people, and we will not forget it. We, the people, demand Rick Scott as Senate Majority Leader. Any GOP senator considering voting for Cornyn for Senate Leader better go surf through all his past tweets Same for Thune. If you think that we the people agree with all their anti-Trump posts, better think again. And they pulled up this. Look at this post from Senator John Cornyn. I am disgusted by Mr. Trump's words about women, our daughters, sisters, and mothers back in 2016. See, there is a lot of dirt these people have. They don't want it. They don't want it brought up. But we know that these are the deep state establishment rhinos that are willing to stand in the way of Donald Trump, and we have to do everything we can to stop them. Tucker Carlson just a couple days ago, what the hell is going on in the U.S. Senate? Hours after Donald Trump wins the most conclusive mandate in 40 years, Mitch McConnell engineers a coup against his agenda by calling early leadership elections in the Senate. 2 of the 3 candidates hate Trump and what he ran on. Here is Rick Scott. This is what he just recently said.
We can to get that. With regard to the Trump nominees, we got to get them done. Whatever it takes. If it's recess appointments, whatever it takes, we got to get these done. We know Schumer's going to slow everything down. I am all on board. We've got to change the direction of this country. The country voted. They want a change. They want the Trump agenda. They want his nominees. They want his policies. We've got to do everything we can to get that done.
Everything that we can. That's the man that we want leading the charge in the Senate. RNC Chair Laura Trump blasts Senate Republicans for hiding their vote for Majority Leader behind a secret ballot. Let's hear what she had to say.
Explain why your father-in-law is the person that I cast my ballot for. This is what I do professionally. And I'm sure that every person watching right now could easily rattle off why they voted for Donald Trump. Something actually quite profound, because nobody could explain why they voted for Kamala. It's so fun to ask me, why are you voting for Kamala? No one could ever say. But I guess at the very least, stand up, right, for your vote. And I don't understand the secret ballot thing in the Senate. I don't get it.
Yeah, no, that's concerning to a lot of people. You should own it. Whatever it is, you should own it. And you should be able to explain yourself, to your point, as to why you thought that was the best person. It would probably go a long way for the American people to have a little more transparency. That's all we want, by the way. With Donald Trump, with whoever it is, we want our leaders to be transparent. We want you to tell us the truth, and we want you to tell us what you're doing behind the scenes on our behalf, because we sent you there as our representatives. So we should know how it is that they're voting. I agree with you. I think that would be a very nice thing to see implemented. So I would second that motion. Thank you.
No, we need to know who's voting for who, because that's the only way you can have accountability. Now, here, speaking of Benny Johnson, he leaked this. GOP Senate sources leaked the internal whip count for the leadership vote. The final votes will be on a secret ballot on Wednesday, and he claims that this is where the race stands. Okay, I'll just scroll through this. You can see all the individuals that he is leaking. But what's even more concerning is that Senator John Kennedy said that the Senate Majority Leader vote list circulated by Benny Johnson is fake. Kennedy was on the list as voting for John Cornyn. So let's listen to it.
Well, there's an official-looking document floating around the internet that supposedly says, here's how every Republican senator would vote, and here's who he or she would vote for Senate Majority Leader. And in an unprecedented act of selflessness, it has Senator Thune actually voting against himself and for Senator Cornyn. If you think this list is real or accurate, then you probably think that Elvis is alive and running a small bait stand on Lake Erie. We haven't even had a meeting yet to hear the formal proposals from the 3 nominees about how, if at all, they will run things differently than Senator McConnell. Here's what I know. We will pick a leader who will advance President Trump's agenda. We saw what everybody else saw on Tuesday night. Despite what the so-called experts in Washington say, with their NPR tote bags and their organic broccoli, This was a really simple message from the people. Republicans aren't perfect, but the other side is crazy. And President Trump is going to do things differently, and we will pick a leader who will help him do that.
Okay. So clearly we have Senator Kennedy calling out the fake list that Benny Johnson is circulating. Now, in a different poll, this is one from Elon Musk that got 1 million votes. Of course, it's unofficial, but it lists Rick Scott getting 66% of the vote, while other got 22% and Thune and Cornyn 7 and 5%. So other is more favorable than Thune and Cornyn. Rick Scott clearly getting 66% of 1 million votes. Now, if you don't know who Sarah Gonzalez is, she is a host on The Blaze. She confronted the Rhino neocon Texas Senator John Cornyn, showing us his warmongering, backstabbing true colors. Listen to this. Confronting
We are
Rhino.
ashamed that you are our senator in Texas.
Hi, Senator Sarah Gonzalez. Hi, I was just wondering why you keep voting to send our money to Ukraine.
Well, because I think it's in our national security interest to help them defend themselves.
I may not get it in here.
Ukraine, he won't stop there. He will invade NATO countries.
Americans are starving right now, and you guys are sending our tax money to Ukraine. We have our own problems to deal with.
You want a World War III or
Grab you over here. Pardon me, sorry.
Hey, why did you call Ken Paxton a criminal? Senator, why did you call Ken Paxton a criminal?
Basketball thing over here.
You can't answer? Nothing to say?
What's this thing about up here? Can you explain to him what the...
I'm a constituent, I'm asking a question.
Okay. Come on, step up. You can.
Look at them trying to block
Why
her.
did you call Ken Paxton a criminal, Senator?
Hey, there we go. There you go. Am I going to cry?
Can you stop touching me, please? Thank you. He was touching. His butt was
Come on, give her access. What the hell?
Senator, why can't you answer? There are more J6ers from Texas than any other. Why are you
Look at them
refusing to address
intimidating
the
her.
J6ers, Senator?
Hey, honey.
Why is he refusing to address the J6ers?
Yeah, absolutely. Ask him.
Ask him.
You're a rhino, Cronin.
Why aren't you helping them?
Yeah, security, don't worry about it. You're a rhino.
What did you think was going to happen when you came in the exhibit hall?
I'm a constituent.
Thank you.
Rhino piece of shit.
What a loser.
Senator, we're your constituents.
He's a piece of shit.
Senator Cornyn doesn't want to answer to his constituents why he's sending more money to Ukraine, why he is not voting to secure the border, why he called Ken Paxton a criminal, and why he does nothing for the J6ers. Nothing.
What are you doing about the J6?
We are ashamed that you are our senator in Texas.
Wow. Yeah, so you can see his own constituents are not very pleased with him. Okay. What else have we got here? Sean Spicer says that President-elect Trump would endorse Rick Scott for Senate Majority Leader if they can show him a clear path to victory for Scott in the vote count. Let's listen to what Spicer has to say. He was the former press secretary.
Path to victory. Trump is going to look at the numbers. And if they can bring to him a number where it says Rick Scott is at 17, 18, 19 votes, and so currently, it's a three-way race, and here's who it breaks down. Your endorsement will get him over the top. He'll do it. If they can't show him a path to victory, I'm hesitant to think that he would jump in.
Why does he have to wait for a path to victory? I mean, all he's got to do is open his mouth and endorse Rick Scott, and everyone will fall in line. I mean, I don't know. Let's listen.
But if the Scott folks can show him that his endorsement would take him over the top in a three-way race, I think it's there.
So a specific whip count. These are the votes you'll get if you endorse. Yeah.
Right. And or just, hey, there's three away. There's no way that these senators that are going to be in cycle will defy you now, right? I think a senator that just got reelected or that's 4 years out might be a little less concerning. But the one thing I will tell you where some people are off is they say, well, these senators are insulated because they might not be in cycle. I still think, you saw what he did to a couple of those guys, Jeff Flake, and it just where they don't want to be on the outside at the beginning. And so I
totally agree
that Scott can, this could really, what's going on in the last few days with all of these people publicly coming out, whether it's Elon or Charlie Kirk, for Senator Scott is huge. And I think that people are misreading the Senate by saying that senators are going to find this, unappealing because it's a secret vote.
He said Jeff Flake. I haven't thought about that in a long time, but that guy got iced out of the administration so fast. So here we have, okay, let's take a look. The ALX posted these side-by-sides. Rick Scott in 2016 versus John Thune in 2016. Tell your senator to vote Rick Scott for Senate Majority Leader. Governor Rick Scott calls on Stop Trump effort to stop in a press release in 2016. So Rick Scott had Trump's back all the way in 2016. Thune, though, Donald Trump should withdraw and Mike Pence should be our nominee effective immediately. Also 2016. So you can see where the loyalty lies. And with Rick Scott, it runs deep. Let's listen to what Steve Bannon had to say.
Even if you don't, let me tell the Senate and let me tell their staffs, it's not going to, even if you don't agree to a public vote, we're going to get it leaked. Benny Johnson has contacts. People have contacts, already made contacts. We're going to get it. It's going to be public. You are not going to be able to hide from this vote. So we need you today to come out and say the vote should be public, because it's going to be public anyway. And if people know you lied to them, and everybody that went and got a Trump endorsement, everybody that got a Trump endorsement, you must do what President Trump wants. This is not a small thing. President Trump has a great saying. He says all the time, no games. President Trump is not a game player. He's a blunt force instrument. But he's got little tolerance for people playing games, and there are games being played.
Games are being played because they want to keep this secret. Bannon knows it's going to get leaked out, and then we'll hold him accountable. What else do we got here? Okay, we have John Kennedy claiming that the list that Benny Johnson is circulating is fake. Sarah Gonzalez blasting John Cornyn. So much is happening right now, but folks, here's what you need to do. You need to call your senator right now. First of all, demand a transparent vote that all of America can see. And you need to demand that Senator Scott be elected to this position so that a path to victory can be seen. Apparently, that's what's required for Trump to pull in an endorsement. But at least right now, we know for a fact, either way, we've got the House, we've got the Senate, we've got the Supreme Court, we've got the executive branch, we have it all. So the America First agenda will move forward. But if we have a roadblock in the Senate, that's where the big problem is. I mean, look at this. This is a clear mandate. This is America, my friends. It is covered with red. And if those senators don't pay attention to their constituents, they will be primaried. And that's all we have to say. So the battle lines are drawn. Patriots. Rick Scott promises to advance Trump's agenda while rhinos like Cornyn and Thune plot from the shadows. Polls show overwhelming grassroots support for Scott, but establishment senators are hiding behind a secret ballot. This isn't just about leadership. It's about whether the Senate will serve the people or the swamp. The vote is coming, and every senator must choose America first or America last. So my question for you is, which senators do you think will betray the MAGA movement by voting for Cornyn or Thune? Drop their names in the comments below, and let's put them all on notice.